What's going on, guys? I am actually going to do a quick video this time, and this is yet again on my washer. And as you can see on here, it's looking pretty gnarly. I really don't like that. Everything else is fine though. There's no rust or anything else on my washer. It's just every time I open up, I leave it open just so this can air out when I do laundry, but I have to stare at this every time. So that's what I'm going to fix. So if you have the same washer and dryer as me, I've got Hot Point, super cheap brand. But in order to get these off, there's like a little thing on the inside, a little metal tab that holds it in. If you look over here on the outside, there's two Phillips head screws. Those are gonna come out, which is holding that on the inside, and then there's a little knob that goes in. So we're gonna take those two out, and this thing should pull out on both sides. And once both screws are out, you should be able to just grab this and kind of wiggle it out. You might have to get something back in here to kind of pry this bottom part out. I'm gonna see if I can do it with my hand. There it goes. And then you've got that little point right there. I'm gonna clean these up because these are pretty nasty. And then once I get this second one out, I can take this lid right off. So there's one over here on the left, it looks like is a lot longer than the one on the right. It looks like it's supposed to stay in there unless you want to take the whole thing apart. But for the left one, all you have to do is keep that straight up and the lid will come straight up since the holes are like that. So all you have to do is lift straight up. I've got it right there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning around here. I don't think there's any sort of rust or anything, maybe a little touch up right there. And then I can get to spray painting this after I clean it off and get all that crusty crap off. All right, so I've done a bit more cleaning here. Got my wire brush kind of going around this one area that was right here. It's okay if the paint's gonna come off because I'm gonna paint over it anyway, but I'm just trying to get as much of that rust as I can off of there. Got a wire brush going through that, and this was a little problem area. I saw it bubbling there, so again, wire brush, I'm gonna go through here, try to get off anything that easily comes off, like that paint that's easily coming off. Any rust, I have to go through here and try to get as much as I can. And of course I have this scratch along here. I just went along it, got rid of any extra paint that was falling off there. And once I'm done with that, then I need to do the lid. All right, so I'm slowly making my way through here, cleaning it off with my wire brush to get the major stuff off. And once I get that major stuff off, I'm gonna grab some sandpaper. This is just gonna clean it up a whole lot more and it gets that rust off much better. The wire brush is just gonna get the big stuff like the paint. You can easily get that and you get big old paint chips off of like that. Anything that can easily come off, this will be your starting point. And then sandpaper will finish it off. And after a bit more time with the wire brush, you find some other places that may need a little bit of touch up where rust has gotten underneath there, especially the lip on the underside. Stuff happens and you really need to get all of that. So I found quite a bit more, as you can see. It's just a whole lot of rust on the underside, so a whole lot more work needs to be done than I thought. Get your wire brush, get rid of all the rust anywhere where water is gonna gather. This is the bottom side. That's where a lot of water is gonna stay if you keep the lid up. And then it closes like that. So a lot of it's gonna be down here. Yay. And once you're all done finding the areas that need to be sanded down and getting all that old crap off there, getting all the rust off, get a paper towel and go through and get off all the dust because you don't wanna paint over that dust. You can also use a paper towel and alcohol to clean up the surface, make sure it's totally clean, but it's just an old crappy washer, so I'm not 110% committed to making this look perfect. So I just went through, cleaned up really well on the inside too, got rid of all the dust so it's nice and clean. Now I'm just gonna take it right outside. It stopped raining, hopefully, for the rest of the day. And I'm gonna put this outside, and I've got some white spray cans over here, and I'm just gonna fill in all the areas that are the bare metal. All right, slowly making my way around. You can kind of see it's not gonna be perfect because I didn't take off all the paint and I didn't blend it in, so it's gonna have a little bit of a lip there, but as you can see, light coat over light coat, I'm going around. Everything's looking really good, better than it was for sure. And on the inside, that's That was the bad edge in there. So little by little, gotta wait till it dries and then do another coat, wait till it dries, do another coat. So it takes a little while to do the painting part, but already looks way better. All right, just grab this from outside after letting it dry for a little while. Got some dirty smudges on my dirty fingers, but besides that, it looks way, way better. That's the bottom, and this is the top. So this was the problem area with all the crap in it. That looks way better. I'm gonna stick it up here as soon as I'm done cleaning that part, because I'm just do the same thing, just spray paint it up there. We're good to go. And just like that, with a little bit of spray paint, we are good to go. So I've got that one still in there, so I've got to slide the lid on top of that one and then stick the other one in there, screw it in, and it should look good as new. And just like that, everything is looking so much better. I got to give it a little bit of time to dry. You might be able to see it's still a little shiny down there, but man, does that look so much better. No more rust. It's good.